Welcome back to the show. Now, last week we talked about SAFBUILD buildings and Samuel gave us insights on who they are. Now, today we want to talk about SAFBUILD building systems. So let's speak with Steve, who will give us better insights. Come with me. Hi, Steve.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well indeed, thank you.
Uko salama?
Yes, I am.
All right, now I'm busy na kazi.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic.
Building Kenya.
All right.
Yes.
So now, last week I spoke with Samuel and he was telling me about SAFBUILD building solutions.
Okay.
And a couple of products that you have.
Yes.
But today I want to focus on SAFBUILD. Maybe you can start by telling us what SAFBUILD is.
SAFBUILD is our brand of pre-engineered steel buildings that is designed, that is fabricated, that is delivered, and is installed on site to the customer's requirement.
Maybe you can tell us also the importance of using steel as a construction material as opposed to other materials.
Steel is one of the most versatile materials that you can actually get for construction purposes. And it's something that is increasingly becoming one of the most sought after products or materials in the construction of buildings, because it allows for very, very easy pre-engineering. It is lightweight. It is cost effective in terms of the requirement for foundations, because it's lighter than the ordinary construction, about 30% lighter. It is something that yields very good. It comes with already known materials, so you can actually design without worrying about the strength elements. Okay. So you can actually predict how the material is going to behave. In fact, when you use steel, you actually deliver buildings about twice as fast as you would with ordinary construction.
Let's talk about SAFBUILD. Yes. What is the advantage of using SAFBUILD?
The first differentiator between SAFBUILD and the ordinary buildings is that our steel is high tensile. High tensile means stronger, which means you can actually use smaller sections, so your steel can be lighter. And then we are using coated steel, coated to a very high degree, unlike what even the local standard requires. So we are actually coating almost 2.5 times what the local standard requires, and so that improves on the durability. So we not only give you light structures, we give you durable structures, but are strong enough to hold the building up and fit for purpose. So in that manner, then of course we are designing it internally, so everything is coming from one trusted source. So we are not actually sending you that, we're only giving you a part of the building. So SAFBUILD constitutes the structure, constitutes the finish elements, so your roofing, your cladding, your rainwater goods, your skylights, your insulation, your ventilation. All of those things, they come from one source, and then we deliver it as a package to as a kit to the site, and then install it for the customer. So that way it's a painless, stress-free process for the customer. What is the recommended gauge, or what gauge is in SAFBUILD? We are definitely using steel that is from about 1.6 millimeter thickness all the way to about 2.4 millimeter thickness in coated galvanized, pre-galvanized steel. So it's already coated for life and durability and maintenance freeness. So if you find that you're looking at, let's say, an industry like the food processing industries, where they want food-friendly structures, this is a kind of product that one can go for. I'd want to ask you how you manufacture this, but I'd rather see. Okay. You want to show me how you manufacture? Yes. Fantastic. Yes. Please. So the process starts here now. The process basically starts here. So this is the entry point for our material. This is the raw material. It comes in coils such as what you see over here. Okay. And there will be, as I said earlier, different thicknesses, different widths, depending on the kind of section that you're trying to manufacture. Okay. And everything is done with precision, no wastage, everything cut to length. So that way we are able to avoid any wastage, and we can supply it as a kit. And that is where the speed comes from, because once the material gets to site, we are not resizing, we are not cutting, we are not again remeasuring. It is assembling and installing it, and it becomes very, very fast to do. Okay. So that is the entry point, and then it goes through this state-of-art equipment over here, as you can see, which is precision controlled. And as you can see, of course, it goes through a series of rollers, and we are able to shape the material that was a flat roll into either a C shape or a Z shape. So our structure, our SAFBUILD structures, constitutes primarily the frames comprises C sections and Z sections. And then they are connected together with lots of brackets, and everything that we do is bolted. So unlike one of the other differentiators between SAFBUILD and the ordinary steel buildings is that our buildings are only bolted. We do not weld our buildings together. So bolted connections generally, hakuna chomelea, hakuna choma choma ile inafanyika kule kwa site. We only do bolted connections, which is of course helps with strength at the joints, number one. But number two, which is very critical, if there is ever a need for a client to relocate their building, to adjust their building, to modify their construction, it is a very simple process of unbolt and then just extend it, add a module. So it's a modular system.
So I want to know, where can I use SAFBUILD and what kind of buildings?
SAFBUILD is actually a technology and a solution that can be used on virtually any type of buildings. In fact, the only buildings perhaps where we have not had a lot of traction is in residential use. And that is primarily because the local market is still adjusting slowly to the adoption of new technology. So a bit of, they are still a bit stuck on the traditional, the traditional and the familiar, brick and mortar. But any other type of building, be it institutional, be it commercial, be it utilitarian, be it warehousing and industrial, all of those buildings we have in our time been able to service using SAFBUILD. As you can see, all of it, galvanized, pre-galvanized material, very durable, and able to deliver value and performance for the client for a long time to come. That way, then, of course, you can actually talk about 30 years plus of trouble-free life expectancy and performance for this structure without ever having to do major maintenance on the building.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I think I would want to, like a demo of sorts. Do you have a demo?
Yes. I mean, of course, the true taste of the pudding, of course, would have been in, going to a real site and seeing the thing coming up. But since we are in a factory setting and we don't have, a structure that is inside here, we have a demo on our showcase area, which I can actually show you. And you can actually see how all these elements then come together into one whole, which is fit for purpose, speed of construction. As you can see, of course, the structures, we have the Z sections, which generally go on the roof. This is what you anchor your sheets on, whether on the roof or even on the wall. And then you have the C sections, which form the primary frame. So these C sections are basically the columns and the rafters of the building, and this is what we use as our structures. And then, of course, there is these ropes, these wire ropes, and the wire ropes are very important, of course, for strengthening the building and making sure that it is able to be braced so that it doesn't get affected by the forces of nature.
All right, fantastic. Yes. If someone needs to get in touch with you, someone needs to come and buy some of your SAFBUILD, what do you have?
So SAFBUILD, SAFAL Building Systems, we are situated here at Wall Street Business Park in the ICD area of Nairobi. However, this is basically the commercial and manufacturing office setup. We do have a lot of outlets, all the outlets from MRM, including the service centers and showrooms around the country. Those are outlets where somebody can walk in and be able to experience the building, but also make inquiries. We also do have our social media handles, and we are able to, one can basically log in and be able to experience what it is that we are talking about, but also place the inquiry. We have all the inquiries being routed through a call center, and then from that, of course, we are able to then pick it up as a sales team and follow up with the client, make sure that we clarify the need. As I said earlier, we design it, we propose it, and then, of course, once we have agreed, we go into manufacturing and site assembly.
Fantastic, Steve. Asante sana. Totally appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure to have you, and it's a pleasure to speak about our SAFBUILD pre-engineered steel building solutions. We hope that every of your viewers out there is going to experience this product and gain value from it. Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we take pride in bringing new innovations and technologies in construction that will make your life easier. Now, next week, we go into practicality. We want to see what does it actually look like when you use SAFBUILD for your commercial spaces. So we want to hear from you. What topics would you like us to cover? Please let us know, and we shall bring the experts to studio on the number 22422 or the email below or all my social media handle pages at Naomi Mbuvi. Hashtag is LPD. Until next week, ciao.